There lived a revered monk named Bhavana. He was known far and wide for his profound wisdom and spiritual insight. Bhavana's days were spent in contemplation, meditation, and sharing his teachings with the young monks who sought enlightenment in the tranquil walls of the monastery. One bright morning, as the sun bathed the monastery's courtyards in golden light, a young monk named Ananda approached Bhavana. Ananda was a curious and eager disciple, always hungry for knowledge and wisdom. With a puzzled expression, he asked, "Venerable Bhavana, I have heard you say that stupidity is power. Can you please explain this enigma to me?" Bhavana smiled warmly at Ananda, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of countless years of contemplation. He replied, "Young Ananda, you seek answers to the most profound questions of life. But the explanation to this enigma requires a story, a journey through the depths of my own life and learning. Are you prepared to embark on this quest for understanding?" Ananda nodded eagerly, and thus began Bhavana's tale. Bhavana's life had not always been one of solitude and enlightenment. In his youth, he was a brilliant scholar, renowned for his insatiable thirst for knowledge. He roamed the world, visiting the greatest minds of his time, philosophers, scholars, and sages from far and wide. He amassed a wealth of knowledge, learned languages, deciphered ancient texts, and delved deep into the intricacies of human thought. As Bhavana recounted his youthful adventures to Ananda, he described the grand libraries he had visited, the ancient manuscripts he had studied, and the countless debates he had engaged in. His reputation as a scholar grew, and he was celebrated for his intellectual prowess. Yet, despite the vastness of his knowledge and the acclaim he received, Bhavana felt a growing emptiness within him. He yearned for something deeper, something that transcended the mere accumulation of facts and theories. It was during this time of inner turmoil that he found himself in a remote village, far removed from the bustling centers of learning. In this village, Bhavana encountered an elderly gardener named Samudra. Samudra was a man of simple means, uneducated by worldly standards, but he possessed a radiant and serene countenance that caught Bhavana's attention. Intrigued by Samudra's aura of contentment, Bhavana struck up a conversation. He learned that Samudra found joy and fulfillment in the simple act of tending to his garden, nurturing the earth, and watching the flowers bloom. Despite his lack of formal education, Samudra had a profound understanding of the rhythms of nature and a deep appreciation for the beauty of the world around him. Listening to Samudra's humble wisdom, Bhavana began to question the very essence of his own pursuits. He realized that the pursuit of knowledge for its own sake had left him feeling empty and disconnected from the world. It was then that Bhavana decided to return to the monastery, seeking solitude and reflection. In the quiet confines of the monastery, Bhavana delved into deep meditation and introspection. He spent days and nights in contemplation, seeking answers to the profound questions that had haunted him. And then, one fateful night, it happened. A profound awakening washed over him like a gentle wave. In that moment of enlightenment, Bhavana understood the limitations of intellectual pursuits. He realized that true wisdom did not reside solely in the accumulation of knowledge, but in the ability to embrace the simplicity of life and find joy in the present moment. As Bhavana continued to narrate his story to Ananda, the young monk listened intently, his eyes filled with wonder and curiosity. Bhavana went on to explain that what he had once considered stupidity was, in fact, a form of wisdom, a wisdom born of simplicity and contentment. "Ananda," Bhavana said, "in my pursuit of knowledge, I had overlooked the beauty of simplicity. Samudra, the humble gardener, taught me that true power lies in being able to find contentment in the simplest of things, in connecting with the world around us, and in living in harmony with nature." Ananda, though still puzzled by this concept, could feel a shift within himself. He began to grasp the message Bhavana was conveying, and a seed of understanding took root in his heart. To illustrate the power of simplicity further, Bhavana shared a story from his time at the monastery. In the peaceful garden that adorned the monastery's grounds, there lived a delicate butterfly. Its wings, adorned with vibrant hues, fluttered gracefully as it went about its day, sipping nectar from the flowers. The monks and visitors of the monastery, including Bhavana, found themselves captivated by the butterfly's simple existence. They would sit in silence, observing the tiny creature, and in doing so, they found a profound sense of peace and joy. The butterfly, in its simplicity, had the power to bring happiness to those who paused to appreciate it. The message was clear. The most profound impact could be made by those who were often perceived as simple by worldly standards. Ananda, inspired by Bhavana's teachings and stories, began to transform his own life. He started by simplifying his daily routines, letting go of the need for excessive possessions, and finding joy in the monastery's natural surroundings. He spent more time in meditation and contemplation, seeking to connect with the inner wisdom that Bhavana had illuminated. Under Bhavana's guidance, Ananda's transformation deepened. He learned to appreciate the beauty of a single flower, the serenity of a quiet moment, and the profound peace that came from embracing simplicity. As Ananda walked along this path of self-discovery, Bhavana continued to mentor him, offering guidance and insight, nurturing the flame of enlightenment that burned within Ananda's heart. The teachings of Bhavana on the power of simplicity and contentment began to spread beyond the monastery's walls. People from nearby villages heard of the wise monk's wisdom and sought his counsel. They came seeking answers to life's questions, seeking the same sense of peace and fulfillment that Bhavana had found. Word of Bhavana's wisdom reached the farthest corners of the land. Those who were weary of the complexities and distractions of the world journeyed to the monastery, hoping to discover the transformative power of simplicity. And so, Bhavana's enlightenment rippled outward, touching the lives of countless individuals and communities. The monastery became a place of solace and learning, where the pursuit of true wisdom was not measured in the accumulation of knowledge, but in the ability to find contentment in the present moment. As the years passed, Bhavana's time on earth drew to a close. The once young and eager Ananda had become a wise monk in his own right, carrying forward Bhavana's teachings to the next generation of seekers. On his deathbed, Bhavana looked into Ananda's eyes and whispered, "My dear disciple, remember that simplicity is the key to wisdom. Stupidity is power, for in simplicity, we find the strength to let go of the unnecessary burdens of life and embrace the beauty of the present moment." With these parting words, Bhavana left his earthly form, his spirit ascending to a higher realm. Ananda, now the custodian of Bhavana's wisdom, continued to guide and inspire those who came seeking answers. In the present day, Ananda had grown old and wise, his hair silvered by the passage of time. He sat in the same courtyard where his journey had begun, surrounded by a group of young monks who were as curious as he had once been. Ananda had shared Bhavana's story, just as it had been shared with him, and the young monks were puzzled by the enigmatic phrase, "Stupidity is power." Ananda looked at the eager faces before him, each one searching for the meaning behind those words. He smiled, his eyes reflecting the same wisdom that had once shone in Bhavana's gaze. "My dear disciples," Ananda began, "Bhavana's story is a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge, though valuable, should not blind us to the simple beauty of life. The power of stupidity lies in our ability to embrace the present moment, find contentment in simplicity, and connect with the world around us. It is a power that leads to inner peace and profound wisdom." He paused, letting his words sink in, and then concluded, "Now, it is your turn to reflect on this story and seek your own understanding of why stupidity is power. Embrace the journey, for it is in seeking that you will find the answers you seek." And so the young monks dispersed, each one carrying with them the timeless wisdom of Bhavana and Ananda, ready to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and enlightenment, guided by the profound message that simplicity is the true source of power and wisdom in life.